chocolate peanut butter pie has been a constant staple in this household for all of the events so far, from Easter until it's also been requested for 4th of July. So I figured I would reshare the recipe with you. I've shared this before, tweaking it slightly because I just feel like it's perfected, and I'm thrilled to share it with you, and I know you're gonna love it. If you love peanut butter, if you love chocolate, if you love the two combined, you're gonna flip over this, and I know it will be a hit in your household too. I'm gonna start off with the actual whipping of the cream. You can skip this step and just use whipped topping, okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and use just heavy cream. Because I want to stabilize it, I don't want this to break down into my pie, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of instant vanilla pudding mix, It makes a big difference in terms of, like I said, stabilizing that whipped cream. But if you're using just regular Cool Whip, make sure it's thawed. You don't need to do that. Whip this until it develops stiff peaks. Nice stiff peaks, that looks great, set it aside. This recipe is fantastic and so easy to remember. Calm down, relax. A cup of heavy cream for your whipped cream topping. The recipe will be linked for you, of course, but this is just so easy. I can do it by eye and memory. You need a block, which is 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, a cup of peanut butter. I eyeball it, but honestly, if you want to be precise, go for it. Like I said, I make this so much that I can, like I said, pretty much do it with my eyes shut. This is not the time to use your healthy, all-natural peanut butter because it'll split in your pie and you will not like it. You gotta use something that you can just, throw in, okay? We're not talking health. We're talking, I want happiness. And sometimes happiness comes in a form of a slice of peanut butter pie. I said what I said. I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla. Get that in there. I'm also gonna add the teeniest little pinch of salt because salt does the same thing in sweets that it does to savory. It basically makes all the flavors come to life. I'm gonna cream these two together. It'll look split, you'll see, it'll be perfect. How dare I? How dare I? You also need powdered sugar, a cup of that. Add that in at this point. How dare, calm down. I know what you're thinking. That does not look creamy. I know, but it will. You're gonna add in your whipped cream or your whipped topping, whatever. And you're just gonna mix it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry if you feel like you're over mixing it. It's good, don't worry. Look at that. That's gorgeous. I don't know about you, but that is fantastical. It is so good. Every time I make this, we fight about who is going to lick the beaters because it's that delicious. And look how smooth and fluffy and gorgeous. And as this sits in the fridge, it sets in the most perfect way. Let's talk pie crust because yes, I'm taking a shortcut. And no, I don't care. I will not apologize. In this season of life, in this busy season of life, you think I'm gonna apologize for getting a pre-made? I'm not. And I don't want you to apologize either. This is a pre-made chocolate graham cracker crust, okay? It is sold in every grocery store. You can use a regular graham cracker crust, but I like the chocolate for obvious reasons. You can make your own. I will list the recipe to make your own graham cracker crust along with the filling on the website. If you can't find it, it's just easy. I popped it into an oven just for like 10 minutes to get it nice and crispy and bring all the flavors back to life. And then I let it cool completely. And now I'm just gonna take this filling, I'm gonna pop it in here. Now here's the bad news. The bad news is this has to go into the fridge. I would say 8 hours or so. I do it overnight because I just do. It's so much easier, especially when you're hosting, when you're having a party, so you're having 4th of July party or whatever. It's just so much easier to make this the night before. Pop it in the fridge. About an hour or so before we serve it, we're gonna do a chocolate ganache. We're gonna do a whipped cream, and it's gonna be fantastic. But until then, just pop it in the fridge with the lid that came onto the pie, you know what I'm talking about. And I will see it tomorrow, and you'll see it in a few seconds. So I'm gonna pop this in, one set. We will finish it off. Pie was in the fridge overnight. Let's make a little quick ganache. I've got some semi-sweet chocolate chips and I've got some heavy cream here that I heated until it was really nice and hot. And now I'm just gonna let this sit here. It's just important that your chocolate chips are submerged in that heavy cream, and you want them to just sit there for like a minute or two, and the heat from the cream is gonna melt your chocolate perfectly, and it's not gonna seize it, it's not gonna overheat it, it's gonna work out perfectly every time. Now, while you're doing this, think about your whipped topping. I'm gonna use some some Cool Whip that I already have ready. You can also just take a cup of heavy cream and a teaspoon of that instant vanilla pudding and about 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, whisk it to stiff peaks, and you're good to go. It's totally up to you. Whatever your heart desires, whatever makes you feel like you can get things done quickly. Let's check if that is ready to go yet. By the way, you might notice I barely have a lick of makeup on because it is hot. And I don't know about you, but it's summertime and we want to eat peanut butter pie outside at the end of a long day. So this just feels right to me. I'm just gonna use my whisk. Probably could have used a bigger bowl, but you know I like living on the edge. And I'm just gonna whisk this up until all of that chocolate, look at that. That is gorgeous, I will say. Look at how perfect every single time. Now I'm just gonna take this. I made a little bit more than I needed to, because I have a child who loves this on her plain vanilla ice cream. So I'll just make sure to leave a teeniest, tiniest bit behind. But for the most part, I really want that chocolate ganache to go from edge to edge. And now I'm gonna pop this back into the fridge for just about a half hour. So I need that chocolate to set. Then we'll top it with that whipped cream and then we serve. Chocolate is set. Top it with your Cool Whip, your whipped cream, your cream of choice, and make it, I think, generous. When you go to serve it, you can dust it with a little cocoa powder. You can grate a little chocolate over the top. You can top it with some chopped peanuts. Whatever your heart desires. I'm gonna save that for a certain little Tootsie Pop as well. And I'm gonna dive into this because it is insanely delicious. But you already know that the first slice of a pie, it's like the first pancake. It's never perfect. It's the hardest one to get out, which is why I say the cook should be served first, because it's the cook's treat. Because that way you can be like, oh, it's not perfect, I'll just take it myself. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Although this should come out pretty perfect and nice and easy. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Look at this, look at that. My mouth is watering. My mouth is absolutely, you don't even see it. There we go. You don't even see it on that side. What was I thinking? There's, see? Chocolate, cream, peanut butter. Oh yeah. One bite for you. Stop it right now. That is so delicious. Once you make it, it'll be really easy for you to understand why every single person loves this pie and why I'm asked to bring this to every gathering, especially in the summer. It's phenomenal. You will love it. Go to laurainthekitchen.com for the written recipe. Hope you've enjoyed spending time with me, and I will see you in the next one. All right. Voilà.